table full of melanites. Crystal body gon' shine, I don't need the ice. It's real talk. Yeah. Speaking on the times, cause my people need to see. Third eye blind, no, they lying through their teeth. They tryna loop the time, tryna keep us in a sleep. But you know we gotta rise like the steam in the heat. Quantum physics to a beat, how time zones lead. It matter just the data that your brain gon' see. Alchemy, you master all that photon light. Avatar, the body just the temple, do you see? The deities surround me, I feel the peace. Breathe deep, I push chi like Bruce Lee. Yo, it's Dragon Ball Z, I'm Super Saiyan 3. And we finna walk them down, any town, any street. New world on horizon, I can see the silver lining. Cause the sun gon' shine, then we all keep shining. Mighty lion could heal the pain, you know his name. But they staying on the same old thing. They playing, well let's talk about it. Round table full of melanites. Crystal body gon' shine, I don't need the ice. D and me, you gon' see it's rise. My people so divine, know it's our time. Let's talk about it.
Let's have the conversation.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
Let's have the conversation.
I don't wanna hear that he say, that she say. You're listening to parasites on replay. They tap into my phone to listen like we on three-way. It's tap into your aura, feel the energy like heat waves. Let's talk about it. Who you praying to? When it starts to lose your mind, who is saving you? If you're moving through the time, what's the energy that's moving you? I wanna have the conversation. We always dropping gems back and forth like great debating. We making our own way, our own land, our own pavement. Just looting at the spaceship. I like to wake up with the sun. Say my daily mantra, speaking cryptic, speaking tongues. Tell them what I'm after, we're the one and get it done. I feel my enemies around me. 7 deadly sins, they tryna trap and keep me bounded. I'm not staying around, I get my people, then I'm outie. Yeah.
Round table full of melanites. Crystal body gon' shine, I don't need the ice. D and me, you gon' see it's rise. My people so divine, know it's our time. Let's talk about it.
Let's have the conversation.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
Let's have the conversation.
Greetings,
Greetings.
everyone. We just want to say gratitude for joining us on Let's Have the Conversation. How's the panel?
We
Great.
good.
Good.
We good.
Yeah, everybody's looking good. All right, everybody's looking all together and things.
Okay, period.
Man, so greetings to the chat, greetings to the committee, and I hope everybody's doing well. I'm so glad everybody's joined. I really am. So let's kick this thing off, shall we? What do you think? Okay, African toxicology reports, and this is in regards to the club, the people dancing at the club, right? Okay, what do we know about this?
Well, Carbon. Well, what they're saying is that there are let me get the word correct. It is methanol. It was discovered in their blood of the teenagers that was found in South Africa in a nightclub. And they're now saying that they believe that they were drugged. They're calling it a whole, who sent it to me? She said, I think this is a whole Jim Jones kind of thing.
Right. Yeah, that's wild. So did it come out how these people ingested this? Was it airborne? Was it through the drink? Does anybody know? Or
They have not said or released that yet, as far as I understand. However, it ain't no telling, because I believe that they did this to these people.
Absolutely.
Well, I looked up methanol, and it is also known as methyl alcohol, which is an organic chemical and the simplest form of alcohol. So I'm going to say they might have drank it. It also says that it's a chemical building block for hundreds of everyday products like plastics, paint, car parts, and construction materials. It's also a clean energy resource used to fuel trucks, cars, buses, ships, so on and so forth. So
Now I did hear that they said that I don't know who said it, but they had said that before people were starting to drop dead, they could smell some sort of smell in
It's
the air.
probably all the alcohol.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
Is there
Right.
a
That's
way to?
crazy.
I think one of us last week brought up the fact that like maybe they could have been gassed in the room, or maybe someone in the comments said it. So is there a way other than drinking methanol? Can they form a gas like that, like how they used to do the gas chambers?
Give me a second.
Uh, that's what I was thinking. More gas than anything. I mean, of course, it could have been ingested, but I don't know. It's just
Right.
that's how I feel. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Like that's
Right, because
crazy.
everybody don't drink. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
True.
Mm-hmm.
Some
Mm-hmm.
people probably had some Sprite, like I got.
Dancing 1 minute and dead the next. That's crazy.
I mean, really, nobody had that
Man.
idea going to the damn club that was gonna happen.
Right. You want to shake your ass and maybe find some ass and
It
you
says
know what
here
I'm
that
saying?
it's a type of alcohol made primarily from natural gas. It's a base material in acetic acid and formaldehyde. In recent years, it is also increasingly being used in ethylene and propylene. So when it says gas, I don't think they mean like in the air fumes, unless they do, but I'm not really getting that from this.
Okay.
Hmm.
But still, that
They're
that
talking
that's
more so
that's
like
disgusting.
gasoline. Like it says it's a substitute, but the substitution is costly.
That's
Oh
crazy.
wow. Yeah, that's insane. Yeah, it's
Um,
unfortunate.
Someone is asking. Airchild says, "Were these kids underage?" I think they were between the ages of what, 18 and 22 or something like that.
I think
Yeah, I
so.
think they were at least
Reportedly, anyway.
18, allegedly, right?
right.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. But
Um.
unfortunate.
Mm-mm-mm.
What
Yeah.
about this Scuzz bucket?
Yeah. This is insane.
I didn't get this
I
bitch
didn't.
picture because she didn't deserve it, but go ahead.
Yeah. You know what?
I
I
didn't
don't know
say
much
no
about
to
this one
you.
at all.
That was me. So basically, I don't know if you guys heard, but a couple of weeks ago, I think it was, we're in like we're July 20th. So I think it was the end of June. So like June 30th, around that time, they had found the Emmett Till's family has like an organization where I believe I wrote down, they were in the basement of the Mississippi courthouse and they were searching for stuff. And they found an unserved warrant for Caroline Bryant. And basically what they said in the article is it was placed in a box, but they don't know if it's been like, if anybody else has seen it or used it or touched it or whatever, but essentially because of that, the family was like, okay, can we get this served? Like, can we do something with this? And essentially they basically said it's almost 80 years old. We can't do shit with this. Let me
But can't
see.
they?
But it's real though, right?
The family found, I mean, if we believe the family found it. It's an auntie and her daughter of Emmett Till who runs the organization. They're the ones who found it. They basically, to keep going, they basically said we can't do anything with it. And but there's somebody who's named FBI agent Dale Killinger, who I don't know if it went further because this article is literally like, I think it was from either today or like yesterday. It says that he basically is like, nah, we can probably do something with it. But essentially they're trying to use her book as like, a foundation, because her book, if y'all didn't know what it was called, it's called I'm More Than Just a Wolf Whistle.
Good.
Get punched in the motherfucking
What?
face, first of all.
Get punched in the
I'm gonna say
motherfucking face, bitch.
Uh,
Well,
she
a wolf
basically,
whistle. She's a wolf pussy. Fuck her.
basically did not ever
Basically.
take back the fact that she basically said he did what she said he did. So she said he grabbed her. She said he did all this, but her way of changing it was, well, when they brought him to my house, I told them not to do anything to him. I told them just to take him home. It wasn't that serious. But another part of the book, she says, she knew her husband would be so mad and she knew he would want to hurt him. And then another thing they tried to use was the guys, the two men who actually did kill him, their name was on this warrant. So they're basically they wanted something to happen to it. So, charge. Yeah, so it said the charge had a 2-year statute of limitation. So obviously that was like 74 years ago. And surprisingly, Carolyn knew about the warrant. It said like 10 years ago, decades ago, because when she got interviewed by the FBI. So just an update with that very interesting turn of events.
I want to acknowledge what someone said. Somebody said, didn't she confess on her deathbed?
Mm-hmm.
Now, this is a Mandela effect.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of us remember that.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they tried to say she was never on her deathbed.
Right.
Yes, she was.
Yes, she was.
Because we thought she was
like,
dead.
did she die?
Yes,
Yeah,
she
we thought she was
died.
dead.
That's a Mandela effect.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And even before that, her
That's so
husband
easy.
confessed, didn't he? In the article, they did an article after they were released, and they confessed, him and the other man that
long ass
that
time
killed
ago.
Emmett Till. Yeah,
Yeah.
they had already confessed too. But yeah, I definitely remember them saying that she confessed on her deathbed.
Yes, me too. I thought I was tripping until everybody else said they remembered. Yes.
No. Yeah, I remember that. It was a big thing when it happened. I remember. Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah,
But
they
it's,
some fucking
it's,
liars.
another
it's amazing with the,
Not to jump back, but I was looking still for the South African, the 21 that passed away, and it does say that there was one of the kids that was in there. He it was a gas. He felt it burn through his body as he took it in. He says before he passed out amid the crush of bodies, he gasped for air as a gas that felt like fire crept into his nose and then his lungs. When he came to, he said, "I was on the second floor and started vomiting when I realized I was lying next to dead people."
So he survived it.
Yes, they said that a lot of the children there got crushed too, because I guess once they smelt the gas,
They was
there
trying
was
to
a
get
bit
the
of a
hell out of there.
stampede. Yeah, because they were promised free liquor, free. So who is the individual that promised this on Facebook? And again, I'm sorry to backtrack, but I'm like,
sounds like a
typing,
straight
you know?
setup.
Well,
Yeah,
whoever
straight
did
setup.
is got to be responsible for it.
Right. They posted it
Has
on
to be.
Facebook for all of the children.
Who's also getting methane or methanol? Is that what it's called? Methanol? Who?
Yeah.
Who's
Right.
Where's
Right.
that? That's not your average
Right.
Joe. You know?
Unless somebody's not that
Mhm.
smart
Get
and
that.
thought that they could use it as not necessarily a date R drug, but something that could knock them out in time to get them trafficked.
Period.
Didn't know that it would end
Yeah.
up putting them to sleep.
That's what they thought.
Backfired. Okay.
And they
Right.
put too
That
much
makes a
and
lot
ended
more
up killing.
sense.
Wow. So yes. So Sesame Street, y'all. I mean,
It's taunting them chillings.
taunting the kids and ignoring our melanite babies. I mean, this is I think in Philadelphia, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, it's like, you blue. How the hell you gonna pass me up? You worried about color? Like, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on now, like,
Knock it out.
Like I said before, I personally think those specific employees get together and they make a little funny fucking joke about it and they say, "Oh, let's do this. It'll be funny." That's
exactly, and it's gonna be the backlash that it is. I feel like they were purposefully, of course, they were, going over the little Mennonite children, and that's okay, because bitch, we didn't want your funky ass hands on our babies.
Well, there
Also
was
said-
another clip.
Yeah.
or I was gonna say I seen an apology letter from them basically saying they'll give their employees like sensitivity training or something like that. I forgot what exact. You know how they do when they say they're gonna train them.
But sis, that was
Right.
the second
That's
letter.
just
The
more.
first letter was all excuses. Now I have been
Oh.
up and down their Instagram page because I had to go leave a little cussing up for myself there, because I had planned to take Nye there for her birthday next year. It was one of my cousins in my favorite place growing up. We would drive from New York to Philly and go to Sesame Place. Like, this is where our parents took us. I was so upset when I saw this and found out about it. They released the first letter, and the first letter was saying a bunch of excuses. They can't see below a certain level because of where the eyes are set on the costume, so they couldn't see those babies.
But they
And then-
did, because they squatted
They're literally-
down, bit down and everything.
Right.
They're
Full of
literally
it.
shooing them
and
away.
did
Full of
all of
it.
that. Right.
They're
You
literally-
shooing babies away. You done knocked over a baby. You slapped a baby in the face.
I
like
mean,
Right.
Ernie and
It's like-
Grover could have got it. I just
You
and there were
really-
parents.
yeah. It'd have been
Maya,
nothing
you're gonna
up
have
to
to
them,
jump
like,
out my
look
back
at me.
pocket for that. We gonna stomp them
Yeah,
down.
that-
Like
Somebody stay with the kids. Let's go. Everybody else
Y'all-
round them up. There's a water
Do
park
you
across
do
the
you
street.
all think
Round
it's
them up.
do you all think it's
I
just
don't
one
need that.
person,
Can't see
or
that.
do y'all think it's several people?
It's several.
It's several.
Several.
It's several.
I do
Yeah.
believe that, like Truman T said, like they got together in a little meeting, like you know,
Right.
genomes do stupid shit where they think shit
They
is
sure
funny.
do.
You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And it was.
Yeah.
A lot more
Yeah.
videos have surfaced from multiple parents
Mhm.
who have actually encountered this before. So you knew before it leaked that this is something you've been doing.
Yeah.
Right.
And you let
Right.
the
Right.
parents talk about it before you did. And that's what I put in my comment on their page. Like, you can't come and ask for an apology now. They complained, they asked for a supervisor, they did a bunch of stuff while they were there. And there's other parents who are saying, oh, well, it's pretty obvious that they didn't hug you because you're black in the videos as they're filming this happening. Like, oh, they hugging the white babies, but they not hugging our babies. You know, and the parents were very upset.
Yep,
What bothers me is those of us Melanites who are in the comments saying you need to do this to fix it. Nah, bro, you can't fix it.
You can't fix it. It's
burn
already
it
done.
down. Burn it down. Y'all might as well go
Yeah.
ahead and put your hat and your costumes on and just call it KKK land. Because I'm not coming. I don't care if you try to fix it. What you didn't handle it accordingly. And the only reason you're backpedaling now is because you got caught. And you probably didn't think it would go viral, because we tend to not go viral when we talk about our children. So that's probably why they thought they could get away with it. Burn it down.
Burn it the fuck down.
They didn't think we was gonna use World Star and all them ghetto news channels as sources, but we using them.
I knew once Pro Babies posted it, it was over, because when she posts anything, it just
goes
it
viral.
goes from there. Yeah. So I was glad to see that. Fro Babies.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I was glad to see that she did. It makes me very upset, and I just feel like the trauma that they created in these children's lives. Like, don't give me no fucking free. Excuse my language. Sorry. Don't give me no free tickets. Pay for therapy. Pay for therapy for my children, because now they're gonna right. Like you got to pay up. You got to pay up.
Talking about
They don't remember that. They watch.
they bubbles is busted. They don't even probably look at Sesame Street the same way no more.
Not only that, they're gonna be 15 years old, and they're gonna be on the internet being young Black Melanite children experiencing this, and it went viral. That's collateral. I need money.
I'm gonna need money because, like you said, you traumatized my kids, and they're gonna remember
for
it
a long time.
Now they have a fear of animals, so I'm gonna need you to motherfucking.
That's where they trying to issue the apology for, so they can, So
I don't want it.
And you can see the
children. They were humiliated.
you can see the look.
That is mental anguish and emotional distress. It could be PTSD. It's a whole bunch of shit.
And you can see the look of hurt and confusion on them babies' faces. Like, what the hell did we do? Like, what is going on?
Yep.
I hate it.
Like I said, they was looking back like, Mom, did you see? Mom.
Right. What
Am I
did I
tripping?
miss
Like,
something?
they didn't know what the hell was going on.
Right. Uh-huh.
Who am I?
It's pathetic.
I hate it when after the fact everybody issues the blanket statement on like the solid background with the white letters. We as a company, we pride ourselves on being inclusive and having diversion. Shut the fuck up.
Right.
At this point,
piss me off. I ain't even got no kids.
Right.
Stop it.
Like, they're not all inclusive.
No.
Because the little genome girls was back there dancing a bullshit dance, and I see that shit. Like, that shit is no cool. It's not cool. It's not cool. And I would have tripped a whole bunch of motherfuckers.
I would have loved to see
Man.
grab them by the head or by the costume and knock fire into them.
Yes.
Force their head. Bitch, you know what I'm saying?
Waited until it was time to go, and they start taking off them costumes.
Yeah, the mother was like, I didn't know what to do. I didn't know if I should just confront it there or what. She was like, she was confused basically. And I'm like, I guess.
I would have probably wanted to confront it, but at the same time, I wouldn't have. They love to say we ignorant and don't know how to handle shit.
We wouldn't even have.
in the courts.
I was gonna say we wouldn't even have seen the
Right.
Sesame Street. We wouldn't have seen the animal or them doing that to the children. We would have just seen the parents being mad and fighting. And you know how they do that? They just take that part and they run off with it, and they don't actually tell us what actually
Cut the
happened.
video.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I
Yeah.
never found the video. Fuck. Okay, let me see.
The video of what? Oh, of that?
Of this, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Malika, this is your story, right? Whose story is this?
No, that was me.
That's
Charming.
you. Okay.
Miss Charm.
I
know
mean,
is
the
I
video is
said-
actually pretty. I was gonna say the video is pretty traumatizing, so I don't actually need to show the video, but it kind of gets the point across. So
I mean, if you have it, you can go ahead and hold it to the screen and show it. I did tell y'all that this was gonna happen, that we was gonna expect another one of these.
Yes, you did.
Yeah.
We didn't get enough
You did.
one with when they shot him 60 times, and then they trying to say no, it was only 46. But what the fuck ever.
46, 60.
okay,
I mean,
don't have the video.
Never mind if they
Unfortunately.
empty. What was it? 90 rounds.
Yeah,
60
It was a lot.
supposedly hit him. Now they saying, oh no, it was only 46.
Don't matter how many, I was wrong.
Is
It
this
was-
the same? Is this the same young man that when they protested and people who have lost their children before from at the hands of police officers that are supposed to serve and protect were there and they were protesting and then they ended up getting arrested and beat up by the police
Yes.
during the protest, including the
About,
organizers?
by the race soldiers. Those are race
They-
soldiers.
They can
Yeah.
definitely go suck their mother.
Sorry, okay.
Okay.
hey,
Mother skunk.
mother sucker.
Fucking
that big
period. Damn period. Yeah. So what happened with that, Charming?
Yeah.
so I'm trying to see if I can do. Maybe this was it. No, this wasn't it. I can't find the video because I seen it on Instagram and I don't really know where to find it now. But what do we call them? The audience.
The community.
The committee.
Yes,
The committee.
they might have seen it on social media, but they actually have it covered. Like you have to press let me see the video because they have it categorized as one of those traumatic videos. Basically you see this young black kid. You can tell he's probably, they said he was 24 or 25, and he looked like, I think he was skateboarding, and you see a car just pull up and it's like a fucking like Nissan or Camry or something like that. And they pull up, two officers run out and just start like shooting at him. And the officers are all dressed in their uniform. It looks like they have their uniform on. They're just not in a marked car. They're in an unmarked car. And they basically, he's trapped in a corner. So he runs in between two cars and they're shooting him while he's in between the cars. And then he's basically dead within 12 seconds of the video.
So
And
they know who he is because that's
I
just obviously he's a
really
target.
wish I could find the info. Malika, if you could find it, please. I know you're good at doing that because I don't remember where the city was or anything. I don't know if the community knows where this happened at.
I'm looking. When you see my head this way, I'm already on it, sis.
Okay.
Yeah. I was trying to see if somebody put in the chat. They jumped out on him. So did they know who he was? Like
they had to.
I don't. Yeah, it's like, so they just jumped out and started shooting the man. Like, was he armed? Did they say he was armed? I mean, anything?
They didn't want it to be.
I know where to find it. Sean King posted it.
They didn't want it to be. This is what I said in the world reading, y'all. I said that they didn't get enough of what they thought was going to happen when they shot the young boy 60 times. 60 times. His name was Jalen. And they
Was it in Ross?
You know what I'm saying?
I know what you're talking about.
And that's
so
what
it says. So I found the video. It says he was 23. The police had said it was a standoff, apparently, but we got videos and we know clearly that it wasn't a standoff. It says one officer appears to shot him in the back at least 9 times. They rolled up in an unmarked car with dark tinted windows, and so on and so forth. So I'm going to play it, and it's kind of small. I don't know if there's sound, but trigger warning, everyone.
Let me see if I get this video. Oh, wow. Wow.
Hello.
Thank you.
Wow.
I don't need that. So that's basically, there's still a minute left, but I don't know what's actually happening in that minute. And this was in San Bernardino, California.
Okay, who's going
right
first?
Go for it.
Go first. Listen, let me say this. It's a blanket statement. Maybe we should find out how they feel about it from the opposite end.
Mm-hmm.
Since they like to jump out of unmarked cars and they just happen to always just so happen to kill us, always on camera. I just want to know what that feels like a couple times. That maybe we should know exactly where they live. So when they're in unmarked cars, we don't know who the fuck they are when we shoot them and kill them dead.
No, for real.
No, for real.
I mean, enough is enough. It's enough is enough. I mean, it is what it is. It is what it is.
You didn't ask no questions. You just shooting.
Right.
Where's that legal at?
Okay, so I'm
It's
gonna
like
go look
they're
up.
just making it up as they go. Right at this point,
They're not Mirandizing
making it up as they
anybody.
go.
They're not inquiring. They're not investigating. They don't have any leads. They're literally just getting out and targeting people. There is really no law for the police anymore. They're doing what they want to do.
Obama
They on
did
some
that.
Judge Dredd
That
shit.
was Obama right there. Why the police is the way they are now.
It's ridiculous. They're
I
like
feel
Judge.
like they
What
had
is
to
that?
have had
Judge?
some previous problems, because it says, and we might have been able to see from the video, but probably not. As soon as the two officers exited the car, Adams turned away from them and ran. It appeared that roughly 5 seconds after they stepped out the car, one of the officers fired at Adams from a distance. So they had some previous problems.
And we don't know how.
Okay, so it says the police department said in a statement that the two officers were with the Specialized Investigations Unit and were conducting surveillance in an unmarked vehicle after receiving information that a black male armed with a gun was in the parking lot. The surveillance footage does not have audio, but the department claimed the officers gave verbal commands after they exited the car.
Ain't no way we watching it.
Fast.
And
Not
Adams had
that
a gun.
fast.
You immediately shooting after you get out the car. Now I didn't
If
watch
Adams had a gun, why wouldn't he just shoot back? Why would he have a gun in his hand? Why wouldn't he just?
And
shoot
if you
back?
give somebody
If I
orders,
had
you
a gun,
gotta
I'm
give them
shooting
time
back.
to
That's
fucking
what they
respond to the order.
There was no immediate threat. It wasn't any. There was no immediate threat. No.
No, of course not. Of course not. It was just another excuse to bang bang.
You know they're not going to give you time to respond to whatever it is they're saying, because they're busy trying to confuse you. Put your hand up, your foot behind you, your head to the left, turn to the right, walk forwards and turn your feet backwards. Like how?
Right.
Just to confuse and get the person rattled so they react in a way that they think they could use it as an excuse. It's the same thing every time.
Knew something or saw something.
What was that spicy whisper? I'm sorry, what was that?
What I said was, it makes me wonder what he saw. If he saw something he wasn't supposed to see, or if he heard something he wasn't supposed to hear. Like, how do you just randomly guns blazing on somebody you don't know? Hell, we don't know.
Yeah. You know, I wonder if it was a situation, I don't know, like kind of like I believe it was Eric Gardner. Come to find out, he had just won a $50,000 lawsuit against the state. So I wonder if it's something like that in this situation, to where he just won, some money against the police or something like that, or some, something to trigger them like that.
Wait, I didn't know that about Eric Gardner.
Yeah, he had just won a $50,000 settlement against the New York Police Department. Excuse me, not the state, New York Police Department.
Against the people who killed him.
And a few days later, or whatever, a few weeks later, they killed him. Sure did. So, a lot of people say that was retaliation killing.
Remember the guy who was in the grocery store who was murdered? I don't know if he was a security guard or something, but he had created like a
the water car,
the
water powered vehicle.
Yes. They're being
and he was the second to be.
That was a hit on him.
To be murdered.
Listen, this is what they want. They're trying to start a race war, and they think we're gonna come through, pow through the front door. No, bitch. I say we go through the back door, open up the windows, send in our motherfucking adversaries in there, and get in there, and start taking motherfuckers out. If bitch you don't wake up at night, we don't want to hear about it. If it's a war,
don't know what happened.
It's a war they should get.
Yeah, because we are at war. Whether you want to realize it or not, accept it or not, see it or not, we are at war.
Ooh, we need to take a break.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, folks. Let's take a quick break. We're gonna be back in a few moments. All right, y'all. Yes.
That is a vow, yeah, that is a promise. Always wanted to be famous, just being real, yeah, just being honest. My haters won't always be nameless, give them no clout, I give them no power. Creators built different, they ancient, sooner than later, all will be ours. I keep an eye out for the numbers, I stay in contact, synchronization. To infinity, even beyond it, I am a common, no destination. A lot of things I am above, and there are a lot of things that are above me. Do not come for the people I love, cause then I get scary, then I get uglier. Ain't no problem, I'm the equation. Presence, loaded, observation. I'm not new here, reborn creation. Come and find me, sending location. Ain't no problem, I'm the equation. Presence, loaded, observation. I'm not new here, reborn creation. Come and find me, sending location. Enlighten, they call me a siren. You never receive my guidance. Don't give it all in, don't fight it. I'm no man ignited. Who's thinking more defiant? Yet I'll never be compliant. Yet I gotta tell to silence. It's so much more than a mindset. Gotta stop right now, gotta change it. Take it all back, reclaim it. Don't bite your tongue, just say it. Don't get your price, they waited. Yet till I break down the matrix. They know what the market matrix. Their message is clear, it's blatant. It's blatant.
All right,
we back.
I'm pissed because I thought my other commercial had loaded in there, and I guess it didn't. Now there it is. Okay, we'll come right back again.
Oh.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back.
those. Just to show.
Yes, I like both of those.
What up, Nick T?
Hey,
And periods.
period and period.
Yacht.
The Law and Order murder, right? So yet on another set, somebody has died yet
And
again.
another said how to get away with murder.
Right.
Right, right,
On this season of how to get away with murder in real life,
right.
there was a Law and Order murder happened on the set, and I also had spoke about this too, that we would see something like this happen. Well, the person went out to the parking lot to make sure that something about the parking was available for those that were becoming, and was shot and killed. It's unfortunate.
Well, damn.
I believe it was a genome, but that just goes to go into what you want to talk about too, because the saga fucking continues.
Well, yeah, I don't know if let me see if I can pull it up. I have found some clips of Alec Baldwin back when he did the whole he shot somebody on set, and it's really just him, a whole bunch of excuses, and they're treating him like he ain't did nothing, and it's just really kind of scary how these people can get away with killing people on these sets. You know what I'm saying? And they get these slaps on the wrist. There's nothing really done.
Absolutely.
Because he's Alec Baldwin or whoever.
That sounds like one of they episodes.
Can I read this New York Post title to you guys about the man who died in the Law and Order set?
Yes.
Johnny Pizarro shot dead on Law and Order set. Smoked weed with colleague in lead up. Sources. The first sentence is, the crew member shot dead on Law and Order organized crime TV show set in Brooklyn had been smoking weed with a colleague shortly before he was gunned down, police sources told the Post.
What does that have to do with anything?
This is New York Post.
What the fuck does that have to do with anything?
They are literally...
That means that they're trying to demonize this person because they're behind this hit.
The second paragraph basically then says his name, says he's earned the nickname J-Smack among pals for his love of the newly legal drug. The sources told the Post that investigators found pre-packaged and vacuum-sealed bags of marijuana in his possession. They killed him.
And put that shit there. Why would he go to his job with that shit?
And not only that, now y'all trying to make marijuana seem like it's just some type of coke or meth or
like
something
where
like
did
that.
the two
J-Smack? Who the fuck goes by J-Smack? That's some shit. That's a Law and Order
Right.
name. Child.
Isn't smack a word for some type of drug?
Yes.
So
it's not weed.
Yeah.
He's a drug addict and he deserved to die. It's not just
Smack. I believe smack was an intravenous drug, if I'm not mistaken.
Right.
Shit,
Heroin.
Yeah.
They never stray from the fucking script.
I found the clip of Alec Baldwin moments after his murder. Here we go.
So my understanding, were you in the room when the lady went through the stuff?
Can y'all see that?
Alrighty.
Barely. We can hear it though.
Hold on. Hold on. Yeah, let me brighten up the screen real quick. Maybe that'll help.
Right, they're gonna make his death a new episode.
Right.
Oh, this is not working the way I wanted to. Okay, but y'all can hear it.
So my understanding, were you in the room when the lady went through the stuff? Okay, alrighty. Well, I know your name, so it's let me get with my lieutenant and see where we want you to hang out. Okay. Yes, sir. All right. Give me just a second. LT. So I got the immediate 4 people that were in the room. Alec Baldwin, the actor, is the one who pulled the trigger. Do you want me to have him sit tight or?
Yeah, you have to sit tight.
Sit tight in the unit.
I have the armor in here. All their stuff I have, the gun used is in there.
And I got the 2 people that were in the room.
Okay.
You may have Alec Baldwin take a seat back on unit or?
No, you know where he's at. We know who he is. Yeah. We just need to say, is he in a trailer?
No, he's right there. in the grave lot.
So the point is, they ain't put him in a cuff. Is he okay? Like come on now.
Actor
What
Alec Baldwin, the actor.
Right, the actor, Mr. Alec Baldwin. Like what?
The difference.
It's ridiculous.
Jay Smack, the drug dealer. Alec Baldwin, the actor.
Mm-hmm. Right.
I'd also like to
Right.
point out, I can't remember where I read the article, but I think the woman that he killed was like either writing a book or creating a documentary.
She was creating a
that was
documentary.
That's right.
Like blow the lid off of some shit or whatever.
Off of the sex child pedophilia sex ring. Yes.
Yeah. So they had
Okay, do you guys think that they might be using these deaths as like energy towards the movie or the show while this is happening? Because I don't know if you guys know this, but Bruce Lee's son named Brandon Lee, he died hella long ago in a prop accident where they basically was supposed to have a fake gun and they just fucking shot him and killed him on set. And I can't remember the movie. Do you guys know the movie? Remember the movie? The Crow.
The Crow.
The Crow.
Yeah, The Crow.
I believe it was the second. Was it the first one? No, it was only one, huh? Yeah.
This is my thing. I don't give a shit. Why are they getting away with it? Because a prop gun should not have any live rounds. Like, and that's on period. This
and not only that, governess, there are supposed to be strict protocols on them sets when it comes to them prop guns. Okay, there's supposed to be ammunition checks, all kind of stuff. So who wasn't on their job that day?
Have you heard the interview of him talking about this? The interview is ridiculous. All of the fake ass fucking crime. People believe that he's a fucking actor.
Right.
Exactly.
They get away with everything. And this boy was running, and because they wanted to question him about something and just shot him to fucking death. The genome think that they can get away with whatever the fuck they want to get away with. Listen.
It's sickening. It pisses you off. It pisses you off because it's like this shit is so fucking unfair.
It ain't no protesting for us. We'll leave that to motherfucking Martin Luther King. We're not protesting. It's
because we ain't overcame shit.
It should be.
Shout the fuck out.
We ain't overcome a damn thing.
Ain't overcame shit with that spell that he put out there. That was a fucking spell. If y'all ain't know,
man. Yeah, ain't nobody got time for that. None. So I don't remember what state it was in, but I believe a lady got in a counterfeit bill or something like that, or something of that nature.
Mississippi.
Okay, Mississippi. Yeah. Whose story was this?
So that was one that I brought up. And the reason that I wanted to do that was to give a heads up to the cousins in regards to this counterfeit money that's been going around. Just be careful with the paper dollar. And I think this might even be a setup, that everything. But with what they're doing with digital currency right now and them trying to go into all digital, I feel like they're trying to create something around the dangers of cash money. I don't know, because just a minute ago, people were passing out and dying from fentanyl dollars being dropped on the floor, seeing people driving and dropping money and trying to set stuff up with that. And then you pick it up and you get sick, end up in the hospital and die. And now the banks are giving out counterfeit money. So yes, this young lady in Mississippi, she was giving the warning that she went to the bank. I believe it was BOA. Yes, it was BOA. And she was showing the bill on her video and just saying to please watch out. This is a bank that she frequents often. She went to a store. They told her it was counterfeit. She went back to the bank because she had just gotten it, and it was $100 bill. And they refused to take it back because they used the marker on it. And the young lady knew her and was like, just go try to spend it. Like, that's the advice that they gave to her. And she, she was very upset about that, rightfully so, because that's $100 now that you cannot get back unless you actually use it in a counterfeit manner, which then they can use against you as a crime. So and the thing is, you test it when she comes back in, but you didn't test it before you gave it to her. So maybe carrying
I saw the
$100
bill. It's obvious it was fake. I could tell. I could spot it. Well, probably because I used to sell counterfeit money, but that's neither here nor there. I had the best in the fucking city. You hear me? But
Right.
I can spot that shit.
Allegedly.
I look at it.
Allegedly. For entertainment purposes only.
For entertainment purposes only. It's a disclaimer.
Right.
I honestly feel like you said, that's the whole setup to get away with the money. We're gonna roll it over because I know Chaz has a bit of that, and then we also have Carbon, I believe, that has a bit of that as well, or Charming, one of you.
Yeah. So my
Go ahead,
part on
Chaz.
that, is that I don't know if you guys know this or are aware of, but I'm gonna make you guys aware of. U.S. Congress is politicians, whatever you want to call them, puppets, talking about it's a chip shortage. Now we all know where that's heading to when they say it's a shortage in anything. So basically they trying to pass a bill. It's called the Chip Act Plus bill. So what they want to do is take 25% of the tax credit to help build facilities. Pay attention. And they want to use at least $52 billion for chip production research. Okay. On top of that, they want the $52 billion, but they said the next day it can go up. So not only is it $52 billion, but they want more. But this is my thing is, which the reporter makes some good statements. She was like, well, what makes this more important than it going to student loans or to the pandemic or diseases or whatever that's going on now? And the lady basically responds back and says that, well, what makes this more important is that she really didn't say, she kind of ignored the question. She was just basically like, well, I agree with Joe Biden on it. You know what I'm saying? We're just trying to make sure everything is, we can put money into everything. Basically, that's what she's trying to do. So she's like, well, I don't have a right or wrong question for that. So basically, yeah, this is what they're going behind our backs. Trying to implement the chip. They say it's for like weapons, military weapons, because they said we get it from China, but they trying to use this thing where they trying to facilitate away from China and try to put everything in America and make America just have their own little thing going on where they ain't got to branch out to everywhere else. But I'm just like, y'all already doing it. You already got the facilities and everything, because on the clip in the video, you can see the machines in the factory that they are in. You know what I'm saying? Who's to say that's not already here? You know what I'm saying? So what are y'all really doing with this money? You know what I'm saying? What are y'all really doing with this money? And these chips that y'all using for is not what y'all say it is for. Clearly. Because we already know they're trying to implement the chip with us. They already trying to do the cashless society. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So quit saying, oh, we need a chip for this. Oh, for cars, GMC ran out of chips. That's why this and this and that. No, quit saying that. Because y'all clearly put it in y'all clearly saying, oh, we're going to pass a bill with $52 billion. Do y'all know how much money that is? $52 billion for some chips? No, quit playing with us.
Chaz, you know, I like to look at other countries to see what's happening there, because then you know it's definitely on the way. And I mean, even down to like the app that was in China first, and people were saying they couldn't go to work unless they had a green symbol on the app on their phone that said that they were negative or that they had gotten the shot. And then we ended up having the app over here 8 months to a year later after people said it would never happen. You see this all the time, but did you know that there's a rise in Sweden with the chips? They even have chip parties.
No, I didn't know.
Where it's revolutionary there, supposedly.
Let me say this. A couple months ago, I talked about it, Malika, where one of my clients, Tasha, she lives in, she's from Trinidad. And she says that they have shut down a lot of shit over there, and they implemented what is called the e-card. And that is where all of the money is, like the food stamps, the medical, everything is on an e-card. And they brought that in due to the pandemic, to where like some places, she said over there, it's a lot of places, we just don't know. You can't go in there if you don't have the shot. Like, it's scary over there. And, you know, I was trying to get her to come out of there, but that shit is scary over there. So that, like you said, they, whatever they do in other places, they try it over there first, and then they bring it over here to us.
Yes. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Piggybacking piggybacking off that e-card, I can't remember the exact name of it, but they have a version of it for us that they're trying to implement. And basically, it's going to they want to switch everything over to digital currency. And if I remember reading correctly, basically they were saying that you will have a certain amount of time to turn in your cash and all those type of things. And after that period of time, it will be no longer valid. If you are certain within a certain tax bracket with this new system, you will only get something like 1,000 credits a month or something like that. As to where if you are an elite, you have unlimited credits that you can get per month or something like that. It's insane. It's
And
absolutely
you were
insane.
saying
I was
The New
something
trying to
like
World
find
this
Order.
for like regular citizens or something, wasn't it?
right. So y'all, me, you, everybody on this panel. So the way they're have it set up, we would only be able to get like 1,000 credits. These 1,000 credits, okay? But unless you were in a separate tax bracket, so in other words, your presidents, your senators, your judges, your those type of people, then they would be able to have unlimited credits on
So
their
let's be
accounts.
clear. Do you have to have the shot to get all of this, basically? Because that
I don't remember anything like that, but basically from what I was reading, bottom line, either you gonna get down or you gonna lay down,
yeah,
because
because
this
that's
is
what it
where it's
sounds like.
going.
That's exactly what it
hmm
sounds like.
You
Either
have to
either
think if they were sorry, go ahead, Carbon.
no, go for it, go for it.
I was going to say, when you think about what we went through when they were willing to just let people nosedive off of, from their jobs, release people from jobs that they were saving up and had pensions and 401ks and waiting to get vested so that they could keep their benefits. And they had set in place, like, well, that's if you don't want to get it, then you got to get fired. So when you think about that, if they do this with the $1,000 and the social credit, which is another big issue, Carbon,
Right,
um,
right.
if they do that, then it's easy for them because they're in control of your funds to just cut it off if you don't abide.
Yep.
They might even do something where they might stipend it, just like they gave benefits
hmm
for those who went and got the vaccine. They gave them like
hmm
college money. Some campuses refused to give internet to students that weren't vaccinated at that time. Like there was just so
hmm
much. So they would use it as control over us. And for those who don't know or don't have an idea of what social credit looks like, I recommend you watch Black Mirror. The episode is Nosedive, season 3, episode 1.
Okay, I
It's
got another
very
one for
well.
you. Do you guys remember this movie? In
Yes,
Time.
in time.
Oh
You
yeah,
see it? It's when they
Yeah.
had
Oh,
the time in their hands and basically that was
Justin
their
Timberlake.
currency.
Yep.
Yeah,
hmm
that's all of that wrapped in one little.
Yeah, that's what they're trying to
Yep.
do. Absolutely.
Yeah, and that is a very key component, Malika, the social scoring, because now that you say that, I do remember saying when this does take effect, if they get their way, there are going to be people that are going to basically have zero because they're going to be acting out and they're going to be losing points and yada, 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 yada. So
Mhm.
immediately
I'm not gonna
it
do that.
affects your life. Immediately.
they also
I
calling
believe
this chip shortage a national security matter. You know what I'm saying? So they say trying to implement it now because they saying it's a threat to national. Well, it's a national security matter, and it's to protect our people, and it's going to create more jobs. But I'm confused to that. If
But
y'all
how is it
y'all
a
got robots and all of
shortage?
this, why not just put But it
Same
is
way it's a
also
coin
these chips
shortage.
too.
But it ain't that either. They
It's not a
lying.
shortage. They just
It's
need
not.
more. They don't have less. They just need more of whatever it is to make whatever they're trying to make.
hmm
Something
I think
big,
that's a
I'm assuming.
distraction.
Right.
Because
Yeah.
really, what they're gonna do is have that shit right here. They're gonna put it right here for you, and they're gonna say, "Well, we could put it on a card, but so many people will lose it. But here, it's directly for you, and it's this and it's that." I've seen it
They
already.
had it on the
They
news a
have it.
couple of years ago, where I think it was a couple of years ago, and they would just like I don't know if they were just introducing. They would just look, you can go right on up to the machine and they would just I think it was like some corporate workers, but they were just doing it and all. I'm like, look at these stupid people.
Yeah, they have commercials where they. I just realized they say walk with the ancestors on this shit. They have a
But I'm
commercial
starting.
where he's walking out the store and he don't go to the register and the cop stop him like, "Excuse me, sir. Oh, you forgot your receipt." And it's because he had the chip and it scanned it on his way out the door.
Mhm. And more jobs are starting to do that, especially like in Silicon Valley and things like
Mm-hmm.
that. Their employees, they're already there. They're already there. hmm Oh, so 17. Okay, whose story is this?
This is Mons.
Ah,
Trina's 17-year-old niece was shot and killed in Miami. Now, I have not seen a lot of details on it. I just know that she was shot and it said fatally wounded, but it sounds like to me somebody else. I don't know. I'm just saying.
Oh damn!
We paid me. Not sure.
So,
Does Trina have
do you,
kids?
No.
I don't think so.
It's always the niece or the nephew. Didn't Jennifer Hudson's nephew get killed plus her sister or her brother? Maybe
sister
it was her
and
brother.
the
Or all
mama?
of them,
Her whole
actually.
family.
It was like
I was
all
gonna
of them.
say
Yeah.
everybody.
hmm
The Braxtons recently lost their young niece or whatever.
Another one?
I'm saying, like, in lieu of this.
Oh yeah.
That one girl. Yeah.
I mean, and then the sister.
Do you think it could be like you were saying with Oprah and Gail? You remember? You feel what I'm saying? Do you think it could be that kind of situation with the niece and Miss Trina?
Yep, masterpiece daughter.
I think. Yeah.
They sharing. She's sharing. They're sharing, right?
I mean, somebody might need that extra. I mean, it's a lot of fucking that was going on because they don't know Nan, So maybe somebody need another something. I don't fucking know. There's enough shit going on.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as I heard it, I immediately felt and thought like,
Yeah.
they set up
It's
a lot
like
of shit. Let me say this: they set up a lot of shit, and you may not even, as the celebrity, you may not even know it. You know what I'm saying? It's just gonna happen, and then before you fucking know it, they calling you. We about to put you back on tour all of a sudden. Keep watching her career. We'll see.
Right.
Let's take a break, Carl.
right. Okay, you got everybody. We will be right back after these messages.
Welcome back. 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 Welcome back.
Well, welcome back.
This is a company that I use. This is toothpaste. This is all melanite, black owned. I love it. I use it every day.
Okay, welcome back for real this time.
For real.
You know what's interesting? I'm looking for information and I can't find anything really in regards to Baby Sugar, Trina's niece.
Really?
Other than she was with two other women and they were all shot. She's the one that ended up I haven't seen the status of the other two women, but she's the one that passed away that was confirmed, and that no official statement has been made by her aunt as of yet. But that's it.
Yes. Something in the milk and cream.
Okay.
Real talk. Okay, so now we got Orlando Brown. You know what?
What happened?
So basically,
Be easy.
Orlando Brown is saying what now?
He said about Weezy got some good snatch.
Got some good back snatch.
He got a little peach on him. That's basically what he's saying.
They call it boy pussy.
A pump pick. It's a pump pick.
Now,
I don't know. I'm just saying.
And he never denied
well, did Bow was Bow Wow like, no, I don't? I
He
mean,
never
what
denied
happened?
He never denied it.
He
No.
said
They never respond.
Boy.
Pussy.
Pussy.
Oh,
So he got good boy pussy. All right.
he's got some good boy parts. Grade A.
Grade the fucking
Pasteurized. Homogenized.
I'm saying.
Oh God. So yeah. So along with Orlando, we got Kel Mitchell and Nick Cannon, and Kel Mitchell's ex-wife is spilling all the beans. So allegedly, she came home early from a trip and found Kel in the bed with Nick, and Nick had on one of her cheerleading outfits, the whole shebang. Now, she didn't state whether they were doing anything or not, but I just don't think that's something two heterosexual male friends do. Just saying.
Feel like some hips and body yada yada in that room.
Body yada yada yada.
But see, that's not the first rumor on Nick Cannon, though.
No, it's not.
Brown again said that
he gives good neck. That good. But yeah.
The committee said that Bow Wow did respond on Twitter, but he never denied it. He just said something about it.
Yeah, he just said, I'm a boy, Damon, or you a boy, Damon, or whatever the fuck it was.
Great artist. He could have went far or some shit like that. He still never denied it. He's got good boy parts.
And then they didn't deny Kel, and Nick didn't deny it either. They try to make a joke out of it, something about, yeah, and we probably had like popcorn up our butts or something crazy, whatever.
Well, let's
you know what I'm saying?
Let's just acknowledge that they both have been in the industry for an extremely long time, and Kel was in, what is it? Is it Nickelodeon? Is like all that and Nickelodeon?
Good Burger.
They both come from Nickelodeon.
We don't know. We
Good
just
Burger, all that.
we don't know
Welcome
what they've
to Good
experienced.
Burger. May I take your order?
The
My
orange.
son
Mars lawsuit.
Yes.
Oh, I'm like, Mars, the planet? I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry.
You weren't alone, Carbon. You weren't
alone. They've been knowing that.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Okay, I don't know who stored this.
Various actually, because we have Maya put it in our chat and we kind of talked about it, and so we put it back up again today about it. But there's a lawsuit, so
yeah, they said
it's
fit
for human consumption. They knew that though.
It was filed in Northern California.
Again, California for some reason. The maker of a California man is suing Mars, claiming that the titanium dioxide in the candy should not be consumed by humans.
Well, somebody got to do it.
Anyway.
They were actually supposed to, they knew about it. It was a memo type shit. They were supposed to remove it. And because they didn't, he then filed the lawsuit.
It's no different than Johnson & Johnson knowing about their talcum powder is fucked up. It's no different from Gatorade putting fire retardant in their drinks and they know that was fucked up. It's no different. They all know what they're doing.
Yeah.
And wasn't there the Monsanto also? I think that was the name of
Yeah.
it. The stuff they use in the yard and the grass on the football fields, the big
The
company,
Roundup.
the fertilizer brown gratitude. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
That
Let's
Mm-hmm.
not talk
Yep.
about Cinemix.
has been removed from other countries. Like what I'm concerned about is how the U.S. Food and Drug Administration would authorize it, saying that it's safe to consume. Like when is
Of course they would.
consuming chemicals ever safe for humans?
Well, the thing is America's like America versus like European countries on what they allow in like body products and stuff like that. The list is much smaller in terms of what toxins they allow. Like a lot of the shit we have in our food now is not even allowed in their food in those countries because
Yeah.
they acknowledge
Yep.
that can
A lot of
slowly
your
but surely kill you.
a lot of your favorite foods that you have here in the stores, they are not allowed in other countries.
No, they're
Skittles
not.
being one of them.
Including skin products, including like all of that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even realize that there were like Sprite is different. You know what I'm saying in other countries. Like I didn't
That's
even
why
know that shit.
That's why you can go to McDonald's in Japan and you can get a black bun and some other shit. Just because they don't have the same shit we have. They have complete different style of menu.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There are several different things going on here with Elon Musk allegedly. First, it's my little story that we didn't really talk about it much last week, but his father has now fathered, because last week we talked about Elon Musk and Nick Cannon, who canned kale, allegedly. His father, Elon Musk, fathered a baby secretly. They keep using the word secretly with his stepdaughter. I have a tremendous problem with that. I don't know if y'all remember Woody Allen. He had started fucking with his stepdaughter, and everybody was just okay with that. Now,
aren't they married now, or they were married?
They were. Yeah. He divorced what's her name? Mia, the one who played in Rosemary's Baby. He divorced her and then married their adopted daughter that was from Asia. So, but anyway, I guess Elon Musk's father is trying to help with the population control, just like Elon and Nick Cannon, allegedly.
Somebody in the committee said this is actually his second child with his stepdaughter.
That's disgusting.
Didn't Morgan Freeman do something along the same lines?
I don't know, but he's been married to a genome for a very long time, so it ain't no telling what his little thin baby ass hair. 963, right, Maya?
So that's how you really feel, Quarcita?
Okay, and fucking period. Can't stand this. These motherfuckers. That's just like Danny Glover. You know what I'm saying? Anyway. So rules that Twitter's lawsuit against Elon Musk can proceed with 5-day trial beginning in October. Whose story was this?
I think I put it in there.
Okay. Here's some more for your information, Maya.
Sure. So apparently, the Musk was interested in purchasing Twitter for like I think 44 billion or something. For whatever reason, he pulled out. No pun intended. But he pulled out, and now Twitter is going after him as if to say, "Hey, bitch, you promised us this money, we want it. Now we're going to take you to court to pursue it." Like a 5-day trial. What do they need 5 days for? Why do they need your attention to be distracted for these 5 days? Is what I want to know.
Exactly. Probably because what we talked about that upcoming story we can have in a minute, but it's a distraction. Just saying. Just fucking saying.
Absolutely. Aren't they all distractions?
Must be. Speaking of lawsuit. Speaking of y'all's boy. Him and his pimp daddy.
He is glossed up.
Baby, I mean, really, baby, why is Birdman lipstick glossy? It looked like they red from being
Like he's
stressed
ready
out. I
to
don't know
serve
what
him
was
up.
in it. I mean,
Let
really.
me serve you up. Let me
I
serve you.
said
Yeah.
Birdman looked like he just got done eating a bucket of chicken, and NBA looked like, damn, I don't want to suck
He
his
was the
dick.
chicken.
I swear
Right.
that's what I look. That's what I
Oh
see.
my God.
He was looking like he was the chicken.
Right.
Or it could be the other way around.
And period, because I've heard some stuff about him,
Mm-hmm.
about the young
Heck
one.
yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
I actually heard that was not even no longer him.
Right.
No.
Right.
Man, and it's
Hell,
not
but,
surprising.
but the way he was in the industry, you could never. I mean, even if it was him regularly, it was like he was still sell out. So
Yeah.
Somebody in the committee said a bucket of chicken or a bucket of booty.
It's all the same with him, ain't it?
Man, there's
Greasy.
everybody.
I'm sorry, I couldn't help it.
That's funny.
Everybody.
I mean, really. Moving on to the next pedophile.
Oh, shit.
Jeffrey Epstein.
He was
So,
dead.
I don't even know how this breezed past us because it's dated from February. Like,
oh,
but yes, his bestie
That's-
was found dead in his cell in France.
But was he?
And so you have
But was he?
you
But
have a
was
lot of right. You have a lot of individuals that are saying, "Here we go again." Like, oh,
Seems
you just so happen
convenient.
to now have the same exact story. I'm pretty sure Gristle is next, unless they got a new one.
Well,
I'm surprised Mr. Nygaard ain't caught
I
up
mean,
with him.
Trina's niece is there did she? Like, I don't know.
Say it again, Spicy.
I said Trina's niece just died. I mean, is Gristle really Gristle at this point? Like, does anybody really believe she's gonna serve 20 years? Let's start there.
Have y'all seen her story?
Oh, she probably not even there right now. What story? No.
Her Netflix a Prime Video, whatever the fuck it's on.
Gristle?
No.
Gristle's video? I haven't
First
seen
of all,
I
it.
thought they
No,
always
I
get like a
haven't.
documentary or something. Like
Yes,
that.
it is a documentary, and if you have not seen it, I'm still on part like 2 or 3.
Mhm.
I say watch that shit because I want you to understand who this bitch is. This is a whole demon.
Yep.
This bitch was fucking her father allegedly. From the time he was a master manipulator, he was a millionaire, billionaire type shit. He owned several newspapers and shit. He kept her by his side. He did not. Where you seen him, you seen her. They travel like they were husband and wife. You cannot tell me that she was not fucking her daddy, because you know why? She said she knew how to use him, to manipulate him to get money. And so when you see this shit and you hear the stories, you see that this is what she did with other men.
Mm-hmm. She had to get it from somewhere.
He ended up dying, and then all of a sudden she finds Jeffrey Epstein.
Hmm. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna check that out. That sounds juicy. Okay, I'm sorry.
according to what I'm reading, they state that the prison guards that were there, they conduct 5 checks on prisoners every night. They said that there was no closed circuit TV inside his cell. Video in prison corridors proves that prison guards did not miss any of these checks. However, somehow he ended up dead in his cell, supposedly committed suicide by hanging.
Like Jeff, come on,
Exactly.
get a new storyline.
Exactly.
Like,
Exactly.
are we that fucking stupid?
It's like they don't even change. They just change the characters. They don't change the story. They don't change none of that.
That's why this was swept up under the rug.
Too much like fucking right.
So they say here, he was charged with R of minors over the age of 15 and sexual harassment as well. He maintained that he was innocent. In January of 2021, Virginia Giuffre, whatever, flew to Paris to provide testimony at a closed-door hearing on Brunel's detention. In the same court filing in 2014 in which she first accused Prince Andrew of sexually assaulting her. She claimed to have been trafficked by Epstein and his girlfriend, Gristle, to Brunel, And this man was in on this whole thing. But yeah, she also had claims that she made against Prince Andrew. Interesting enough. But yeah, they all on an
We
island
should
somewhere.
track back to see what Melanite died in February to know what body he has snatched and taken.
Oh.
Yeah.
Damn. Have you
Because that's not by
has
accident.
no, it's not. Has Spirit revealed to you who Jeffrey's in, or is he in someone?
That man is in his own cell.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I kind of
He
figured,
is
but you
arrogant,
know,
and he is over in his in his shit.
mm,
Oh, so
Andrew
he's mine.
Woolfolk, the first one acquired.
Oh,
Andrew Woolfolk of Earth, Wind, and Fire died in April. Roderick Pooh Clark of High Five in April. Dwayne Haskins, football player, in April. Rapper Archie Eversole in April. DJ K Slade in April. Celebrity makeup artist and beauty founder AJ Crimson in March. Gospel singer LaShawn Pace in March. Rapper Gunu in March. Tracy Braxton in March. Johnny Brown, Good Times, March. Charlie Taylor, February. Smoothie Wild, February.
now if we only knew who had the biggest dick, we'll know exactly which body he took.
right, right.
And the list goes
Mhm.
on and
Goes
on.
on and on.
She didn't even complete it. This is only in that's 2022, 22, right? Ooh, that's loud. Ooh, that's loud. Ooh, child. Ooh, Let's keep going. Let's keep the party going. Because we still have a few more stories we're gonna run through really quickly. We get through them all.
Oh,
So why people want to sell
Car-
this show and then want to complain about it?
right. Like you you sold your soul. You got your Happy Meal toys, and now you realize the Happy Meal toys wasn't worth your damn soul.
Nike sold separately. Come on, Maya. Period. So basically, she is crying, saying that she doesn't want to be this person anymore. She is no longer that Cardi B, that Bacalis, and she don't she don't want to live that life, and she feels like that this particular song, never mind all of the motherfucking other songs and videos where she's tempting children to do whatever the fuck, but whatever. You know
That
that.
part.
Never mind the video that I seen that I probably can pull up right now and find where she says, "Who do I gotta sell my soul to?"
You know,
You upset? What are you upset about?
I didn't know.
wasn't
didn't
she
think it was
proud about
real.
the dangly thing in the back of her throat or something of that
I
nature?
mean,
I'm just saying.
oh,
She knows what they did to that song, and she's uncomfortable about it. She knows exactly what they did to that song.
Right.
Yeah,
in terms
because
of
she's
whatever
saying that
energy
it's
they put in it.
the
Exactly.
quote specifically is the drill songs, I believe there's 2 of them, are activating demons that she's killed. I don't want to be that girl anymore. I just want to be a mother, she says, getting pretty emotional as she speaks.
oh, you mean the mother that she was when she was naked in the fucking video, or the mother that she was when she was on stage tongue kissing bitches in the mouth? I
Doing
mean, which
gay
mother
shit
is
with
she talking
Miss
about?
Stallion.
Exactly.
Right.
You was doing that shit with a yuck mouth.
I mean,
so-
the mother that was like, "If we enemies forever." Which mother is we talking about? Because bitch, they all you. You know what I'm saying? Let's not act like you didn't know what you were getting into, because you did.
You did.
But you know
Look.
what hits me, and Governor, this kind of goes along the conversation you and I had, and gratitude again for that last night. When I think about it, sometimes if she's okay, let me put it this way. If she is now scared after creating this, after doing all of those things that you just listed, along with you saying something is coming, something is happening, something is on the way, if this is putting fear in her when she didn't have any fear and no care with all those other situations, what exactly does she know is happening with this music
Like when
that will
she
put her
said
in
that
that
they
state.
are making her family sick, giving them
Mm-hmm.
stuff.
Right.
to-
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Yeah.
Or I wonder if she know, like baby boy know they're coming.
They're coming.
Because
Mm-hmm.
allegedly, her and Offset is like a contract. They're a contract company. Like they
I can believe it.
they
I
was
can definitely
set
believe
up
it.
to be together. You know what I'm saying? So
Well, this comedian here has a suspicious death. They are saying suicide, but they're saying self-inflicted. But there is, let me move this. Hold on, because I want you to see what this says at the bottom. And you see what I put, death without details. You know why? They're saying self-inflicted, but the story here says there is no details on it.
Right.
suicide.
Just suicide, just self-inflicted. Do you know they have things that can put on your arm, okay, to make you look like you committed suicide, the right gun angle and everything, and you never pulled the trigger, somebody else still pulled the trigger. Do y'all know that?
No, I didn't, but I can believe that shit.
Mm-hmm. Yep. To where
Definitely.
that bullet and that gun print will line up straight by like it's supposed to, but you never pulled the trigger. Never did it. That's scary.
Yeah. They out here doing all kind of fuckery and bullshit.
Yeah. So now we got it. Wasn't this? Didn't you say something about something like this?
And
The
did the
Hoover Dam
wildfires as
explosion?
well.
The
Because
fire?
there are fires
Mhm.
that are happening right now too. The wildfires as well as the explosion. Spirit said when you see the explosion, know that they're distracting you on the opposite coast.
Right.
They doing
Right.
trafficking.
They're doing trafficking.
Mhm.
So please believe that. Watch your fucking people and your children.
Does anybody else think like I think these fires over in Europe? I think they've been started by the damn whatever laser or whatever technology that we have, and all this record heat, all of a sudden over there in Europe, and these fires like that don't none of that makes sense. None
Right.
of it, because they're having fires like Cali has fires. You know what I'm saying?
Speaking of record heat, what happened with that sun that everybody had gathered to watch over where was it? Japan, China?
You know what? I don't know because when I posted it, they blocked it off my page. They blocked my page and then took it off my page, and basically put fake news on it.
Right.
As if the fuck I did something wrong. You know why? Because probably all them Asians have radiation and it's killing them.
And now, and then they right after you went through that and you told us about it. Right after that, they ended up locking them back up again. Right? They couldn't get out. They were posting that they were stuck in their houses. They could only leave 2 days a week. And then you have all of these things like what Carbon's saying with these fires that are just popping up out of nowhere. Not to mention the fire that was at the Vatican. There was a junkyard that was lit on fire during that fire as well, and it put a whole bunch of chemicals that were harmful to the people that lived there in the air. They had them wearing masks. It's a lot.
Man, they are over there with them people. Like y'all don't even understand. Committee, y'all don't understand. The panel probably know, and some of the committee might know. They have all of these concentration camps. There's people in camps everywhere. If y'all don't know that, we are in trouble here because they're everywhere.
They
As a matter of when you said what
what
state was that in? It was a state, but it was on TikTok. Melanite lady, she was going around showing whatever next Olympics or something was getting ready to happen. At any rate, the housing that they had for the homeless people were nothing but ovens. These 10 houses in the middle of the sun with these wooden doors in the front with beds inside. Okay? Literal ovens. That's what they were trying to house these homeless people in. So when they're doing it in all different shapes, all different you know what I'm saying? Trying to disguise it and all this other. Yeah. So I mean, that's what they're doing to the homeless. So I know everything else they're doing around the world is probably even more barbaric.
I and deleted somebody's before we even got to talk about it. The Ambrosia, whose story was it?
Hmm.
That was mine. I was pulling up the video for it, so I'll go ahead and play that. Let me see if I could.
Okay.
I don't know if I'm gonna be able to. This laptop. Okay, just give me 1 second. So apparently, just to kind of give you a lead into this, Ambrosia is a company that they've been having mixed reviews for a while now. They are pushing the idea, kind of tapping back into Peter Nygaard, that governor showed us at the table with the young Melaninite women, and he was talking to them about the importance of their cycle blood and using stem cells to make himself younger. Well, Ambrosia is a company now that is pushing blood transfusions where they, I believe it's for $8,000. They will inject young blood into old people, and the plasma is what they're looking for. That's the most important. But I'll go ahead and play this video. Let me just pause because I've been watching the community. The community. Sis, you got me saying community now. The committee. Here we go. I don't know if you'll be able to see it. I hope it plays. Oh, that's why.
They just opened a new.
Okay.
What if you could reverse the aging process simply by getting a blood transfusion?
That's what a new company called Ambrosia claims to do, and they just opened a new facility right here in the Houston area.
Rika Mudaraj spoke to the founder to find out how young blood works. It's a controversial startup. Ambrosia is the brainchild of Dr. Jesse Karmazin, and right now there are 5 clinics located across the U.S. Karmazin says 150 people have already gone through the process, and several of them have even done it a second time.
My name is Jesse Karmazin, and as you heard, I'm the founder of Ambrosia. We're a company interested in making you young again.
Dr. Jesse Karmazin believes the fountain of youth is filled with blood. Young blood, preferably that of a person under the age of 25.
We know that as you get older, your stem cells aren't replicating as well as when you were young. And this leads to most illnesses.
He explained the science behind it during the Superhuman Summit in 2017.
And when they were sewn together, he found that the old mouse, which received the blood of the young mouse, became young again. So its gray hair turned black. He could remember mazes better. His heart pumped better. In fact, in every way, it became young again.
If vampires are the first thing that comes to mind, Karmazin, in a phone interview with us, explained the process doesn't involve blood in its entirety, but plasma, the white translucent component. What if you could reverse the aging process?
So that's where the video ends there.
That's what a new.
But 2 things that stood out to me. What is the Superhuman Summit?
I heard that.
Or whatever.
I don't even know. I was trying to figure out what they get this
Heard of that.
And that part. And then Houston, Texas is where they made sure to focus in on. And remember, we were saying what's going on there, why they're hitting it with so many different things. Like, are they able to take blood from victims that have been found in these states?
Well,
or in Texas that have.
Maya was just saying, go ahead, Maya, say what you were saying.
Malika, did you see the video with Peter Nygaard and his business partner sitting at a round
Yes.
table?
Yes.
And they were saying how this company they created was going to replace the DNA from white people inside the nucleus of eggs from African women. Why would they refer to our eggs as nucleus, or African women for that matter? They specifically used nucleus of eggs from African women.
According to Nygaard, it's supposed to create a super race.
Right. They called it a genetically pure race.
You mean like what we talked about the other day on the Mestatic when Papa came through?
They also mentioned how aborted babies and menstrual blood can be used to extend life. Or they're sitting at this table with these goofy ass Genite women who have no clue about what the fuck they're really doing. Everybody's just
What they really had no clue about also, and I know Maya, previously you had stated it seemed as though he was, Peter Nygaard was very bored at the table. Just that his business partner was speaking up more. He
Right.
seemed more like, I don't see why we even have to ask them. Now that was
Exactly.
interesting because a few days later, I'd seen the post about him being arrested. I believe he's in jail now, but he had his own private island off of the one of the Bahamian islands. So he had an island off of Bahamas that he owned, and he was the Epstein of Canada.
Right.
And he was trafficking. Who knows if there wasn't hunting allegedly, and all other different types of things that were going on this island that we didn't even know that he owned. And now he's here having a conversation. And I'm wondering, are they associated with this business? And if this business is doing it this way, which sounds insane, what does it look like on the black market? Are they now going to be going after young blood and looking for that for them to run their own stuff? Because we know the elites are capable of doing a lot of things. They're the ones with the unlimited funds, according to Carbon on their chips.
You know, I just want to say this real quick, Charming. I want us to pay that attention to what she's saying, because the numbers that of the children that are missing is between the ages of like 11 and like 14. That means they're looking for the population of fresh period blood.
Okay,
Wow, I
so
didn't even think about it like that. Damn,
that
that's
rolls into
crazy.
this because I don't know if you guys know, but ambrosia is the food or drink of the Greek gods. It's
Correct.
depicted as conferring longevity or immortality upon whoever consumed it.
Yes.
And where it came from is a nymph that turned into food. It says ambrosia was a wood nymph, which is like a elemental creature, I believe. Unfortunately for her, somebody of somewhere, I'm not even gonna say his name, clashed with the wine god Dionysus. Poor ambrosia got caught in the middle of the fray, died, and then transformed into a vine. So very ritualistic energy just for them to use that specific name for that.
I watched a lot of the Greek shows growing up, and they had like it looked like a flower. And when you would consume it, you would instantly become like a god. It was like the fountain of youth. It promoted immortality, like you could never die, you would have superhuman strength and all kinds of shit.
Oh, I also looked up the Superhuman Summit. It is a single day showcase where lesson stories and practices from superhuman specialists that are rooted in science, practice, achievement, and tested technologies. Basically, it's just a summit where people come and talk about ways to make you more advanced in your like more effective as a human.
But all this shit only benefits genomes.
Right.
I was also going to say,
Right.
and back to what Malika was saying about all of the trafficking done in, where did you say it was at, Malika?
Bahamas.
Oh,
for him, for Peter Nygaard, his island.
Okay. For some reason, I thought you said Canada. I must have heard you wrong. But this takes place.
He's from Canada. He's a fashion icon. He's multi-milli elite. Yeah, from Canada.
Okay.
And what did you say, Chaz?
I don't remember.
Well, let's go on and segue this thing, because we're gonna go ahead and move forward, because not only are they doing a lot of that bullshit, they're doing a lot of this shit. Amanda Seals did a TikTok that is going viral, I believe, where she's talking about them legalizing murder. They have now legalized murder in the state of North Carolina, saying if the woman was going to go and have an abortion, then it is okay to kill her as long as you're trying to save and protect the baby. What? Let's talk about it.
Don't even make sense.
Not at all.
Yeah, none whatsoever.
So they're legalizing murder, legalizing pedophilia, because when we did our segments of Healing What the Church Couldn't Fix, we had one of our cousins on, and she basically broke down Roe versus Wade and said that it's not just about abortion, that is about pedophilia. And it gives them now, once they have removed it, it now has taken the law against pedophilia off the table. I did not know they had anything to do with that, but apparently a lot of other people did. So that just tells you what they're trying to do. So they're not only trying to legalize murder, they're trying to legalize pedophilia, they're trying to legalize taking and kidnapping people for blood. Like they're trying to make it sound good
Trying to cover up what they're doing, basically.
Period, Chaz. Period.
That's crazy.
Wouldn't with them with the increased amount of births that would happen from this Roe versus Wade, and the amount of children that would be going into the foster care system, and the amount of trafficking that we know is happening in the foster care system, I wonder what those missing numbers are looking like with the foster care system, and how many of them are going missing that are unheard of.
I mean,
or
it was
unlisted.
just 950 in one city alone from one. And I who'd have talked about
And
it?
that's low. I feel like them is low numbers. I just feel that
That's
way.
yeah.
You know what
Now
I'm saying?
they can say what they want to say, but listen, Corbin, listen, if they shoot and kill or just kill, like, what they gonna do with that baby?
Right.
Exactly.
Not to mention
Right.
where is this supposed to be, like everywhere? Or is this like a specific state?
So far, it's in North Carolina.
Okay, well, the question is what is their, so
what's the end game?
Okay, hold on. How do I put this? Women, when you abort, you only have a certain time frame before you can do so. And before that, the baby literally, or the fetus is literally not viable on its own, regardless of how it comes out. So the logic is just not there. Just not at all.
They're legalizing
don't
murder.
A 7-month-old baby.
Basically,
Like, what are you talking about? You're telling me that if somebody broke in my house and was attempting to kill my daughter, I cannot kill that person because I cannot take justice in my own hand. But then you're legalizing the murdering of pregnant women. Are you fucking crazy? Like, what are you talking about? That means they're getting ready to set up for the purge.
That's exactly what's going on, because all it is, everything we're talking about sounds exactly like that.
If this, if our babies today possess this amazing power and they were sent here to help us, to teach us, to guide us, imagine what the next generation is gonna bring. Even more powerful babies that they're trying to stop from being created anyway. Or could also be said, like a lot of the genomian women are hooking up with these men, these Melanite men, to create either an extra life force for them or trying to secure their own DNA. But what if they're like, they take the uteruses of women who get hysterectomies and they're trying to find a way to implant babies to heal their bloodline in these women, in these genomes?
I mean, you heard Elon Musk. That's exactly what he said. He said he's trying to help with the depopulation by repopulating. But what species are you populating? I'm confused, Moloch.
Right. Yeah, all yeah, none of that makes sense at all whatsoever.
Before we get to the entity leaving the vessel, I want to show you something real quick. This shit was funny to me.
Oh.
I saw that. So funny.
So apparently these people had the police called to their house because they didn't put this goddamn cat in this wig and this. Listen, that still look like a fucking alien to me.
It does.
I don't care how they spin that.
I feel like that
Or
kind of cat is
a beige avatar.
is a petri dish.
Look at it.
cat.
Look at how it's doing the robot at the bottom. Like it.
I mean, really.
I fell out.
Anywho, Malika, that's yours, ain't it? Or is that charming about the entity leaving the vessel upon death?
Oh, I went back and it was me that sent it to the chat. Carmen was right. So there's a post. Governess, do you have the photo?
No, I don't. I didn't have to put it up.
Let me give me one moment. So it's a man.
Crazy.
It's a man, and he is laying on the bed, and they say that this entity is stepping out of him. Or that this entity is on his chest. Give me 1 second. Let me go and grab it.
Yeah, so basically it was like an entity, and it's like, is it something leaving the man? Is it something going into the man? Is it, you know what I'm saying? It's like when you see it, you're gonna be like, what the hell?
Okay. While she grabs that, I'm gonna go ahead and put this up for you really quickly, so we can move through the story. There has supposedly been some sort of I don't know why my damn thing didn't blow. Okay, whatever. Supposed to be a new updated list for the deep state. It had all kind of people on it, and we just talked about it, child. It had Barack on it. It had allegedly Hillary Clinton, Anthony Fauci. It had a lot of people on it. That's not no news to me. I just feel like kill them all. Who gives a fuck? Y'all been knowing what they doing. There's some other people that should have been on there that ain't no fuck on there. Anyway,
Basically, all the leaders we have today,
It sound like all of them got
they
some,
need
got
to
some,
just start
got some
over.
issues. Got some
this
issues
whole
with
time I
the
kept
going
saying
on.
somebody is fucking missing. Dominique. This whole time I'm like, somebody is not up on this screen. Dominique James.
Oh no.
This whole time I'm sitting there like I'm missing some fucking body, but maybe I'm not. Maybe it's me. It's fucking Dominique, bro. Dominique has to come next week and do it then, because he was supposed to come, and I'm like, where the fuck is Dominique, bro?
And it didn't even click to just now, like.
We done been on here almost 2 hours.
Right.
We were supposed to do Keisha next week, but we're gonna have to move that or bring them both on here, because no, Dominique was supposed to be here today, and I cannot believe that shit just now.
There was a lot going on. I mean, it was an honest mistake.
Yeah.
Dominique, we're so sorry. God damn it.
Apologies, Dominique.
It's a he.
What they saying?
Oh, we forgot about her. Oh, she's in here. No, it's a he, guys.
Oh, Dominique, I send so much love to you. I'm
She
so
said,
sorry.
patiently waiting.
Okay, I'm so sorry. I have had a crazy, just mental day trying to get all this together. And this is usually the way this go for me. Real quick, we're gonna go ahead and throw this up here as well. P Valley postponed. They did not come and do they show fucking this week, and pissed me off. They're saying some bullshit. They said that they have postponed just to let people catch up and process the show. That ain't happening. There's a lawsuit against them.
Yeah, it's either the lawsuit situation or their season is short and they're trying to stretch it. One of the two.
I think there's some sort of validity to what Nikki is saying, that this is her idea. They took her play and turned it into a show. And if y'all know who Nikki is from the group Brownstone. But she said this is her idea, whatnot, and they stole it.
What she wrote, it was called Soul Kittens Cabaret.
That is what it was called.
And that whole first season of P Valley is Soul Kittens. I saw it with my own 2 eyes.
Yeah.
It's Soul Kitten Cabaret. I kid you not.
Wow. Good payday for her.
From
too.
From characters
I found
to sets.
You
to
found
props.
I did. I'm trying to blow it up because I don't want y'all all in my DMs. Carvin, it was you that sent it. I sent the comment, but it was you. But I found it in the chat, and I sent it.
Wow. I was just gonna blame it on you, right?
Comment back. Look. Okay, let me see. Oh, but can you see it? Can you see it?
And what is this again, Malika?
So the man is in the hospital bed. Let me pause this and see if I can just make it bigger. There's a man sitting in the hospital bed, and there's an entity that's actually walking on his chest. does it keep doing it? Listen now. I don't need y'all playing with my keyboards and my mouse and stuff. Just let it be. Okay. I don't know. I'm trying to get it as close as possible, but can you see that brown figure there? It looks like Willy Wonka at the Chocolate Factory. Can you listen? I don't know if governance, if I send the link to you, if you can pull it up on, like, if you can share it on the screen. I don't know, but Carbon, I agree. You can see that it's literally standing on his chest, and they say that he was, right before he passed away, they caught it on the camera. But what Carbon and I were saying in regards to that is people were saying it was something coming to get his soul, but there's a comment in there that says, I've heard the theory that impure spirits that inhabit people usually leave right before their death, as the host can no longer serve any purpose for them. Always made me wonder if that's why some really shit people express heavy remorse on their deathbeds, if not just from the fear of the unknown. It was said that Aleister Crowley in his last moments became really confused, with his last words being, I am perplexed. Sometimes I hate myself. Things that make you go, So with us talking even last night, if you all were here to watch the live, about things, what was the term that you used, Governess? When they, like, how they say, like, the spirit will ride your back. Mounting themselves, right? So these really evil entities or demonic spirits mounting and staying on these people throughout their life, and it's not really something coming to get them, but something leaving their body to look for another vessel to inhabit. So it was pretty interesting, and Carbon and I just wanted to share it with everyone. So that's what
Yeah. But Governess made a good point. Could you imagine you on your deathbed and then, like, you ain't been there the whole time? Like, you know, this thing hops out of you, and now all of a sudden you on your deathbed. Like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's going on? Like, that would freak me out. That's insane.
Well, I just think that I don't know if that's what happened, or not.
Right.
In the vessel or out the vessel, but for him to say he's perplexed, and I said, sometimes I lose my time when the deities come into my vessel. I can only imagine waking up throughout the ages, and you're like, I done did what? I said, my life is over. I just got here.
Right. Yeah, that's insane. That's totally insane. But
I don't know. Well,
what happened?
Last but not least, you guys.
What we got?
If y'all are a follower, and I don't think I spelled her name correctly, but that's okay. Oh, we forgot the boy. This boy. Wait a minute. Real quick, because I know we want to talk about him too. I don't know how I didn't put that in there. But this boy, wait a minute. Now, whose story is this?
That was Malika.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I know we got to talk about
Kid Boo.
Yes. So Kid Boo, he is he's an entertainment artist. He's a rapper, but his story is very intriguing. He was on Vlad TV, and I noticed that there were a few things that he validated that Governess has spoken on previously. And he says that he is a second generation clone, and that he was made in a clone factory called Clonaid in Canada. Back to Canada again. Now the things that he validated was he was actually naming celebrities also in the interview, that he was saying that they're clones as well. It's slipping my mind because I need to go and run and get my charger, so I can't think. The man that was in jail, was it Gucci? That came out with the new teeth?
Oh yeah, that's Gucci.
Yeah. So he had confirmed in his interview that he was a clone. He doesn't know where he was birthed, but he was just giving all of these different examples, and it tapped back into these photos and the individuals that we see. He also spoke about where he's from. He said he was Puerto Rican, and there was another nationality, and he said that he verbatim said, those are my two genomes.
Yes.
So it was pretty interesting to watch this interview. Vlad didn't really believe, like he kept second guessing. I see a lot of people in the comments that are second guessing on this interview with Vlad TV. But could this be like the first clone rapper that's come out and stated, I am a clone, I'm here for that reason? The way that he answers, it doesn't feel like it's fake. And I'll pull up a clip just to give
I
an
do know that
example.
B.O.B. said that they had been at one point was trying to get him, and he said that he is not a clone. So he was answering to that, and that was a while ago though.
Mm-hmm. And oh boy, he speaks very matter of fact. So it's like, it's like I don't know if he's lying. I don't think he is.
And there ain't no telling with these genomes.
So this is
I gotta
Kid
pay
Boo.
attention when they go to jail and get locked up and come back out.
Thanks to these accomplishments. Some more extra things in my hand.
Y'all seeing all my business?
We can only see him for real though.
I guess you originally reported your name. Yeah. Originally, my first gen. My second gen now. That's why you see the celebrity versus the born in Toronto. That's false. My first gen was born in New Jersey. However, I was cloned by Clonate in Canada. My model number is 0112568. See the registration. Okay.
Did you hear him just give his model number? And then he talks about, he touches the tattoo that he has in the middle of his forehead. And he says the way that they're able to transfer into these new bodies or these new clones of themselves. And he doesn't necessarily, I don't believe that he states whether these are vessels that belong to people previously or a newly made vessel, however that works. But he said that they do the transfer of conscience. I do too,
Black
Evan,
Mirror.
cousin. But right, and exactly. Black Mirror is always on it. But yeah, I've heard that too, that he had. And then you think about like the Island Boys. Sorry. But you think about them and you see how they act and the way that they act, and you have to wonder, and the way that they're set up, and they make it without doing anything to make it, and with this whole transfer of consciousness, again, it just goes back to validate all of the artists that we're seeing, where they're saying that they're saying these people commit suicide, but they really, as he states in the video, they hold their conscience, and then they transfer it into a new vessel. And he says he's Gen 2. Who knows how many Gen 5, Gen 6, Gen 7s there are out here that we assume do time travel, but they've just collected conscience all the way through. It's interesting.
That's
And
insane.
he says that they can manipulate which memories you keep too, as well. That was another little.
Do y'all think that there is a correlation which would explain why Clara is being held? You remember when Papa said that there is a representative, and that's why she's being held, to figure that out, which is how they were able to create all of these different forms of these people?
I don't know. That's a good ass question though. Like, are they taking her DNA
And examining it.
Yeah.
Test tube.
Wouldn't surprise me.
Remember, one of the deities or Yehuda saying that Canada is lying. They're more involved with shit than with the faith.
Yep.
So I don't know.
Insane. Well, this story is about Alexis K. Tyler. Oh, this is the governess' story. Go on and let them have it.
Yeah. So, Alexis K. Tyler and I have, we don't know each other personally. However, she has a following, and so do I. But it's always been a love sent back and forth between us, right? Like her followers will come and say, "Hey, Alexis mentioned you today. She sent love out to you." And then everything that started happening with her and shitty and all of these different things, right? So then I kind of just would check in and see what was happening with her, because I've never really heard her cuss until at that time. And they was like, no, Alexis gets the fuck down. And I'm like, really? So child, the other day I didn't accidentally tuned in. I seen it. And I say accidentally because I seen it. I was like, oh, what is going on? And I popped in there, y'all, and she was going the fuck in on Lauren London, Nipsey's wife, girlfriend, baby mama, whatever she's called. And then she was going in on Isis Wisdom. And I've only seen Isis Wisdom a couple times, so I know who she is. Alexis was letting them have it. You know, Alexis is I think she considers herself connected to Nipsey in the spirit, to some degree, right? And so she was going to fuck off. She was calling Lauren all kind of low level bitches, and so is Isis Wisdom. And her thing was, and this is why I'm bringing it up. Oh shit, sorry. She says, oh sorry, that's what that is. She says that Isis Wisdom, she named someone else, and Lauren London. Now she said Lauren, people tried to kill her behind the things that she said about Lauren London, right? For Lauren London to now come in and admit that everything that she had said is truthful. She said, but she still feels like she didn't tell everything. She said that Lauren London admitted and said that she tried to hinder Nipsey in some ways because she was afraid that he would leave her, right? So and then she started saying, well, bitch, if you knew they was coming to kill your husband, why the fuck didn't you do some spirit spell burial work to stop them from burying your husband? And she said that about Isis, because apparently Isis Wisdom said, oh, I knew they was coming for him. Oh, Paula White, that was the other bitch she said. She said, bitch, if you knew, why the fuck you didn't do nothing? Basically, if you don't know who Paula White is, she is a genome pastor. And she's basically saying, if y'all knew that, why didn't y'all do some spell work to stop kill? The fuck in.
They don't want to admit that that's what they be doing.
She basically said that Lauren London was a setup bitch, and that is what she called her.
Yeah, and she's been very consistent with that. She's been saying this since Nipsey was murdered. So that's her. That's what she hold on to that, and she believed that with every fiber of her being. And I ain't mad at her.
And I had heard that too previously, but I didn't know. You know, I didn't look into that because when I talked to Nipsey, he was concerned about her. At some point, he was talking about looking behind the veil. He was going to expose some shit. So I didn't get too deep into that. But when I heard her say that, and then my sister was like, Lauren's father is a genome who's been in the industry for years.
I didn't know that.
Me either.
I didn't know that.
And it's allegedly, but I'm just saying.
Well, how come she ain't got no real career then?
Because do she have to? Because she's new.
Yeah.
That's her real life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? She came from the role that she played in ATL. She came from it. Now, as we get ready to peel up out of here, y'all, I just want to let y'all know that those motherfuckers who love genome bitches, this is what y'all love right here.
Chicken cutlets.
Oh yeah, Night of the Living Dead up in this bitch.
You hear me? That bitch look like a whole demon by the hands.
Yeah, for sure.
You didn't know they was gonna get that real hand.
Like her hands forgot to shape shift with the rest of the body.
That was her real fucking hand and nails.
That's
that's what I love. That's what she gonna be rubbing on y'all. That bitch has, excuse me, that she's 97, 197. Like she came back. That bitch is a crep keeper.
Right, like she. That's too funny. But yeah, no, them fingers. Don't put them next to me. No, thank you. No, thank you.
No, that's all we got for today.
That's all we got?
Yes.
All right. Well, committee, we truly hope you enjoyed this evening's show. We love you all. Panel, I love you all. I enjoyed you all. It was a great show. Committee, like always, we're gonna ask Yehuda to guide us. We're gonna ask Adina to cover us. And until next time, we love you, and we'll see you when we see you.
Love you.
Peace.